Hello everyone, today let's see how to punch a service call through My App. Service call can be attended through My App. If an open ticket is assigned in our name, we can see the tickets assigned in our name by just clicking on Site Visit and then click on the search option. So once you click on the search option, whatever ticket is assigned in your name will be shown on this screen. So here I don't have any tickets assigned in my name. So that's the reason it is showing no tickets assigned to you. So now let's see how we can register a call using My App. Register option is used when you get a direct call from the customer to attend any service related issue and you don't have any tickets raised for that particular customer. So before registering the call, you should have the asset ID related to that particular product of the customer. So you need to understand the product or the asset that is defective and punch the exact asset ID of that particular product. So either you should know the asset ID details of that particular customer or you have to contact the call coordinators or reporting managers who receive, and in some cases the customer will also have the asset ID pertaining to that particular product. In such case, you can take the asset ID from the customer, but it is always advised to request the call coordinators to raise the ticket even if you are receiving a call from the customer, so that we can avoid mistakes while entering the asset ID. So now let's see a sample how to register a call. So for that, first you have to click on the register option. So once you click on the register option, the system will be asking the asset ID. So let's say the asset ID of my customer is 90. I am entering that particular asset ID and clicking on search. So once you click on search, the particular customer name and the product details will be shown on the screen. So in this screen, you have to verify whether the particular call you got from the customer is the same and the asset that the customer has issued is the same. So if the details are matching, you can click on register and register the ticket. So I am clicking on register. Once you click on register, the system will be asking you the user contact details. So here you can update the contact person's name and number. So after that you can enter the complaint. So in the complaint session, whatever is the problem that the customer is telling you has to be written as a summary. So try to get more information from the customer regarding the issue. Here I have the asset as copier. So the issue with my copier is the paper is getting jammed. So here I am entering the complaint and clicking on register. Once you click on register, the ticket will be raised and it will be assigned to you. So here the ticket has been raised. To attend this particular call, you can click on the ticket ID. So once you click on the ticket ID, the system will be asking you the travel mode. So here I am a bike user. So that's the reason why I am getting this screen. If you are a bike-enabled user, only then you will be getting this screen to select the travel mode. For the other users who are not bike-enabled users, they will be directly be getting GPS screen or a map screen to select that particular location and then proceed. So your reporting managers can enable bike asset mode of travel for you if you are regularly using bike as the mode of travel. So here I can select bike itself and start the call. But imagine one day my bike is not starting or I have given the bike for service. So in that scenarios, you can select other mode of travel. Say if today I'm not going by bike and I'm going by bus, so I can select bus. Once you select other mode of travel, the system will ask you to enter the reason for selecting this mode. And suppose if the reason is, I have given my bike for service, then you can enter that reason here. After mentioning the reason for the change, you can click on the send request. Then a request will be sent to your manager for approval. So once you are here, and then again you can click on search, you can click on the ticket ID. Here we see bike is your approved mode of travel, but a request for using other mode like bus is pending with your approving manager. So please do call and get the approval. So in this case, you can call to your particular approving manager and get the approval for using other modes of travel. And here also, you have an option to delete this particular request and continue your journey in bike itself. If you have arranged another bike or your bike is serviced or it's starting now, so here I am going to delete this request and I am going to start my call in bike itself. So again, I'm clicking on site visit, then I'm clicking on search. So now I'm clicking on the ticket that is assigned in my name, and then I'm clicking the travel mode as bike, and I'm starting the call. Now a GPS screen will open. As I already told, users who doesn't have bikes as their enable mode of travel directly get this screen once they select a ticket number. So now here you have to be very careful. Some people confirm even before the GPS screen loads, but sometimes the map won't be showing the exact location. So you have to wait for the map to load and see where the location is showing. So in case the location is not exact, you can refresh the map. I'm just dragging down or swiping down. So now my map is refreshed and now I am confirming the location. So here the location, which is showing in the map, is exact. So I am confirming here. So in the next screen, all the details will be shown here also. You will get an option to add an associate. So add associate option can be selected in case you are taking any other person with you for the same call. So once you add an associate, a request will be sent to your associate's reporting manager for approval, and also your associate will get a miscellaneous call request. And a miscellaneous call entry will be created in the associate name. So once your request is approved, even the associate should start the call in my app. So here I am not taking any associate with me, so I am clicking on start. So once you click on start, the system will be capturing all the details, the start time, the GPS start point, and everything. So now from this screen, you can click on OK.
I have reached customer location. Now I need to punch in my app.
So now I have traveled and reached the customer location. So once I reach the customer location, again I have to punch reached. So if it is the first call of the day and you are directly going from your home to the particular customer location, then the attendance will be marked once you click the site reach option. So never forget to punch reach once you reach the customer location, as this can affect your attendance login time if it's the first call of the day. So now again, I'm clicking on site visit. Again, a GPS screen will load on my screen. So from here you can confirm the location. So in case if the location is not exact, you can refresh the screen and also you can check whether the map location is exact or not. If it is exact, you can click on the confirm button. So now I have clicked on confirm. So again the system is showing all the details, my start time, my reach time. So now when you click on reached, if it is the first call of the day, your attendance punching will be happening, and there is also a change option in case you are traveling to a different customer other than what you have selected initially. The change option can be used due to change in priority. Coordinator has informed you to attend a different customer, or the customer whom you are visiting has requested you to come the next day or postpone visit. In these scenarios, you can use the change option to select a different customer or call. And once you reach the new location, you can click on reached on reaching. So this is how the change option works. So now here I am clicking on reached. So once I click on reached, again system will be capturing the details. So here we can see what time I have started is shown, and what time I reached, and how much distance it is, and how much time it took.
Now everything is working fine. My work is done. Now I need to punch site exit in my app.
So now I have completed my work and I'm leaving the location. So at that time also I have to punch site exit. So once you click on site visit, the system will show all the previous demands for spares for that particular call, and also the option to create a new demand. So here there is no demand shown, as this is not a follow-up call. If it was a follow-up call and you had taken some spares with you at that time, the system will be showing the details of this spares, and it will be asking you whether you used those spares or it's not used. So in case if you haven't used this spares, then you can click on delete. Then you have the option to create new demand also. So when you click on create new demand, here you can enter the item name, then you can capture the defective serial number. So here my product is a copier. So whatever is the serial number, I have to capture that serial number here. Then there is a problem details section where you always try to mention the complete summary of that particular issue, because that will help the TRC team in understanding the issue and diagnosing the issue. Because simply if you are writing it's not working or if needed to be repaired, then TRC team also won't be able to understand what is the exact issue. So always write a small summary of the issue in the problem details. Then we have the demand type. So in demand type you can select chargeable or AMC based on the customer you are visiting. Then you can click on create. So here I don't need any spares, so I'm clicking on cancel. So make sure that you are returning the replaced spares and also the unused spares to stores within 2 weeks of replacement, or else system will block your travel claim submission. And also submitting the defective spare on time can help the TRC team in repairing the defective instead of buying new spares. So after returning these spares, you can periodically verify or check whether the store's person has received the return spares and also updated the same in the IMS portal. So you can do this by logging into CSS and selecting defective, not returned by me option under the pay demand, so you can avoid calling the store's person or the reporting manager for this. So this is how you create a new demand. So in case if there is no spare demand, you can click on the skip option. So once you click on this skip option, the exit screen will come where you have to enter the details. So first one is a travel mode. So here I am a bike enabled user. So I have to select bike itself. So if you are a bike user, the system will automatically be capturing the amount and also the kilometers. But if you are not using bike and you are using other modes of travel, then you have to manually enter the amount here. Then we have the call slip number. So call slip is a book that you will be carrying while going to the customer. So it's an acknowledgement or a receipt that we will be giving to the customer. But usage of call slip number is based on your particular state or location where you are working, so you can coordinate with your reporting managers for the same. So if there is no call slip number or no call slip book in your particular state, you can enter nil as the number here. Otherwise you can enter whatever is the call slip number or receipt number. Then we have the action taken or remarks. So in the action taken we can enter whatever is the action taken by us. So I am entering the action. So try to mention the exact whatever you had paid. You can just mention the summary over here. Then you have the call status. So in call status we have 4 options: call closed, follow up, and observation, and standby. So call closed option can be selected if the particular issue is rectified and the product is working. So in such cases you can select call as closed. So follow-up option can be selected when you are raising a spare demand. So as I already discussed in the previous screen, if you're raising a spare demand, then you have to select follow-up here, not only for the spare requirement. If you are not able to close the call or if you are not able to diagnose the issue, or if the contact person is not available or any other site-related issues, then you can select the follow-up option. And the observation can be selected when the particular customer is requesting you for a time period to see if that a particular product is working. Say for example, if you have rectified the issue in a product and you are saying that now it's working, but sometimes the customer might say, I need some time to observe whether the issue is rectified or not. And he will be requesting you not to close the call, so in that scenarios you can select observation. Now standby can be selected when we are giving a customer a standby equipment to close the call temporarily, and we need more time to rectify the issue. So here the issue is resolved now, so I am selecting call as closed. Then we have the next site option. So from here you can either select the next customer. So if you are selecting next customer and punching, again the same process will repeat. you can select the particular ticket number and attend another call. If office or home is selected, once you reach office or home, again you have to punch as office reached or home reached. Then when you are selecting home as the next site, the system automatically will be marking your attendance exit. So system will be considering this as your last call of the day and your attendance exit will be marked. But don't worry, even if you select home and punch in, then later while going to home or after reaching the home, if you are attending another call, then the system will erase that attendance exit. And the next time when you click on home, at that time again your attendance exit will be marked. So here I am selecting office as the option and clicking on punch. So again the system will show all the details. Here you can click on OK. So now I have traveled back to my office and I have reached my office. So at that time again I can click on site visit. So again the GPS screen will open and we have to select the location. So here it's asking whether I reached the office. So here I can see whether the location is exact or not. If not accurate, then we can refresh screen also. So if it is exact, you can click on confirm. So it's exact, I am clicking on confirm. So now here again the system will be asking for the travel mode. So please select your actual mode of travel. In case the mode is other than bike, you have to enter the amount here manually and here you have the option to change also. So earlier we explained in case while visiting, if you are changing the particular location you can click on change. If you have selected home and then you are going to home, in between if you have to attend any other call, at that time also you can click on the change option. So at that time the attendance exit which was marked will be automatically erased from the system. Otherwise, you can click on punch. And there is one more thing mostly people will forget after reaching their home. They won't do the punching, so this can affect their travel claims. Like if you forget to punch reached, your travel claims from the particular site to home won't be submitted in the system. So please be careful, always punch the site as office or home reached. So here I am going to punch. So now I have completed my particular service call. So this is how you attend a service call. I hope everyone understood. Thank you so much.